Hey everybody, it's time to go drag racing with the IHRA. Welcome to Durana Raceway for the IHRA Outlaw Nitro Series. We're here in Hebron, Ohio, about 30 minutes east of Columbus. Hello, I'm Ken Stout. Tommy Johnson Jr. standing right alongside as we kick off the first of 5 events here for the 2025 IHRA season. Tommy, it's been nearly 20 years since the fuel cars were here. You've actually raced here at this place as well.
You would never know it's been 20 years. This track has never looked better. They've done a ton of improvements to this racetrack. This is the new era of IHRA, and I'm looking forward to it. We got a great turnout of cars.
Of course, we have the fuel cars, we have the fuel dragsters, and we have fuel funny cars. But what the IHRA has long been known for, Pro Mod, Mountain Motor Pro Stock, and we have full fields.
Plus Nitro, Harley, and snowmobiles, alcohol cars. It got it all. It got a good field of cars. It's going to be a great weekend. I'm excited to see what happens.
What is equivalent to top fuel sleds should be a lot of fun to watch as well. So it's going to be an exciting day for sure. It's so cool to get this series back up and running. Hats off to everybody that has been involved here to pull this together at the last minute.
Yeah, there was a lot of people who didn't think this would ever happen, and it's a great job. They've got it all put together. It's a lot of work. I'm telling you, I've seen the behind the scenes, what it takes to run this kind of a program. They've done a tremendous job already.
All right, as we get going here, we do want to take care of some business. We want to update you on the serious incident that happened here on Wednesday with one of our Pro-Am cars. Marvin Blaney is alert and talking, which is great news. All of us here are sending thoughts and prayers to him and the family for a full and quick recovery. All right, let's go racing here. We're going to kick it over to Derek Beach for our opening ceremonies. Derek, it's all yours, brother.
Well, thank you, Ken Stout. And ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to Hebron, Ohio in the new Durana Raceway. Here at the IHRA Outlaw Nitro Series, the International Hot Rod Association, since 21 years ago, that was the last time that Nitro went down this very racetrack. History is about to be made here today, and we are so glad that you are going to witness it. Top Alcohol Funny Car will be the first category out. It's back-to-back professional qualifying sessions to kick things off. Here in 2025, a man by the name of Daryl Cottle had a vision to bring back IHRA to life. He has bought numerous racetracks, invested millions of dollars to make the return of IHRA, and this very track, Durana Raceway, has received quite the facelift here in the recent weeks. We are so excited to bring you Nitro drag racing once again. And it is my pleasure to introduce to you here very quickly the president of IHRA, a guy that has been a lifer, per se, here in the National Hot Rod Drag Racing Association, Mr. Josh Peak. Josh?
Thank you, everybody, for being here. This is obviously our first event, which we couldn't be possibly more excited about. Appreciate all the racers, the fans, the support, the love that we've been given so far. We're on a mission to make this thing super, super good. We can't say enough about all the support from the racers. I've heard nothing but good things all weekend, and look forward to doing more of this coming back here in just a few weeks, and even more of it next year.
Absolutely. Thank you, Josh. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as you see those drivers strapped in, they are ready to go 1,320 feet in 5.5 seconds at over 260 miles an hour. That's how we're kicking things off here in Columbus today. Before we do that, I would ask everybody to please stand and remove your hats for our invocation by RFC Chaplain Joe McCoy, followed by the playing of our American National Anthem being sung here today by Miss Sarah Hennup. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe McCoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please bow and pray with me? Father in heaven, we're so very, very glad to be here, and thank you for such a glorious Friday afternoon for us to race here at these beautiful facilities. We're thankful to be in a country where we can do this with freedom and with open arms for everyone. Thank you for all the love that's being shared here this weekend. Father, we ask on behalf of the racers, we ask that you would keep them safe, keep them straight, and keep them fast. And as always, we ask you to bless all those in a uniform that keep us safe every day and keep us free every day. In Jesus' name, amen. Please remain standing for our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Dorada Raceway, if you don't have chills, I don't know what make you will. Wow, look at the symbol being brought in, the American flag, the greatest country in the nation, from TeamFastTracks.org, bringing in the IHRA and American flag here today to kick things off. Let's go racing here. Qualifying session number 1. It is Top Alcohol Funny Car.
Big Pharma hates when you do this, but they can't do a damn thing about it. These shoes help relieve back pain and knee pain, making you feel like you're walking on clouds. They're already been sold out.
Thanks a lot, Derek. Great job. By the way, we want to thank TeamFastTrack.org, the professional skydiving team that joined us here today. They are a special group of people, and one of the skydivers here today, 10,000 jumps in the Guinness Book of World Records. Pretty amazing. Larry Compton and Mike Bursaw, we appreciate everything you do, and thanking supporting four-star families as well. And every jump that they do is also very important. Every Team Fast Track performance is dedicated to a fallen service member. This performance is dedicated to Army Sergeant First Class Christopher Sealis, who died July 12, 2018, serving during Operation Freedom Centennial. Please carry the memory of his sacrifice with you as we enjoy our wonderful, hard-earned freedoms. All right, great to have them with us. That was a great opening ceremony. Nice job by all. And burnouts have begun here. Top Alcohol Funny Car. Tommy, what are we looking here for?
Well, we've seen cars on this track for the last 2 days, not high horsepower cars. Now we're going to see the high horsepower cars. Now we're going to see what the track prep's like. It is hot out there. I'm telling you, the conditions are a little tough. This first session, they're all going to want to go down the racetrack. I don't think anybody's tuned up trying to set a world record here. We're just going to go down the racetrack, get a feel for things, and let's knock the dust off. Let's go down this track and see what they've improved here.
We expect all the current records that we have here running at the proper distance to fall here pretty quickly, but as it stands right now, Dale Brand set the ET record at a 560 with a 7 at Budds Creek 2007. Larry Dobbs at Budds Creek as well a year later at speed of 254.14. So we'll find out how things go here. Yeah, I think a great call there, Tommy, and you shake the bugs out of here. These guys nervous sitting out here first time in the car, first round, you know, going out here to qualify?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, nobody knows what the track's got right now. We haven't seen this kind of horsepower car so far.
Well, we have a great group of cars here as well, side by side, all the way down through, and awesome right off the bat, 567, 255, 19.
No, now we know what the racetrack route. It's great. That was a great looking first pair. No tire shake out of alcohol cars. You'll see that a lot in alcohol cars. They'll go out here and shake and rattle. They got a short shift to try to get it down the racetrack and pedal it. But man, it was a great side-by-side drag race right out of the box.
So talk to the fans that might not be aware of what goes on here. We hear the RPMs come up very early here before they take off. About how hard are they turning these things when they launch?
They're revving them up on the start line, probably about 6,000 RPM on the start line. It's gone up a little bit since the days I raced alcohol funny car, because I won this race in an alcohol funny car at this track in 1988. So things have changed a little bit since I drove one of these.
Body's coming down. How dangerous is it to stand in front of one of these things once they're fired up and running?
Well, it shouldn't be too bad. You know, I mean, these guys know what they're doing out here, and the crew guys all been around a long time. They know what they're doing, but we got Stan Sipos in the left-hand lane. I mean, this is a good car, good team.
Yeah, Sipos, Columbus, his best ET here, 612. With a 9, and that goes back to 1991, believe it or not. Career best 544, so has some numbers inside of the car, and he's going to line up alongside Drew here. Ray Drew. Ray Drew's best ET, 546, 268. Two-time JEGS All-Star Regional Champ as well. NHRA National Event winner. IHRA best 603, Columbus best 558, career best 547 for Ray Drew.
We're seeing a really good field of alcohol funny cars here. I mean, this is some of the best we've seen in the whole country. This weekend, a bunch of them converged and wanting to try this out. And if it's anything like we saw the first pass, 567, we should see some really good runs this weekend.
Sipos out of Victoria, Canada. Boy, another great side-by-side pass here. 570, 562. Yeah, these things are laying it down. This is exactly what we expected. You mentioned it before. We were curious about the prep of the track with the big horsepower cars, and boy, it looks like it's spot on.
Right. You're visually looking at the track, and the track looks excellent. And now we're seeing the results of that.
All right, let's get it down to Kristen Beat. Kristen?
Ken, thank you so much. The drivers in this top alcohol funny car class, these 4,000 horsepower machines, have told me that this qualifying effort will be more conservative than we're used to seeing. They've told me that with the temperature and water in the air, this first run is an intentional safety run. A lot of the drivers, Paul Noakes included, have told me that they're really just focused setup and, more importantly, securing a position in that top 8, because again, this is a go big or go home class, guys.
Once again, walk us through what the crew members need to do to prep one of these things to get it ready to start.
Well, they're taking the track temperatures. Really depend. I see them making the tire pressure adjustments, getting the things ready to go. They got to get the gas bottle. They start these cars on gasoline because the alcohol doesn't want to light right away. So you spin them over, put a little gas in it, fires right up, turn on the alcohol, and away we go. So guys are just kind of getting sync. You know, you don't want to start way ahead of the other guy, get out there, do a burnout, and the other guy's lagging behind, because, you know, you don't want to run forever on this thing. So you want to try to be in time with the other team.
Wayne Morris will fire up on the Summit side or left lane with the Red Line oil car. And Kyle Smith out of Wichita, Kansas will line up in the right lane. Again, a couple of solid cars here. Stan Smith, crew chief here for Kyle Smith, two-time Central Region champ, 9-time regional event winner. Also a national event winner as well. So some really good cars here. Exactly what we were expecting to see when we had an opportunity to cruise through the pits last night, and everybody was here. By the way, everybody having a great time. The atmosphere here is outstanding.
Well, they put on a dinner for all the racers last night. I don't know that I've ever had better food at a racetrack than what we had last night. That was unbelievable. You know, this isn't banquet food. This is real food. This is great.
Tease the chubby guy with food, man. I was right over there.
So what do you think the low ET is going to be after this session's over? I mean, we've already seen 2 560s, low 560s already. And we're just getting to the cream of the crop here.
Yeah, I don't want to take anything away from this pair, but the next pair is going to give us a good indicator.
That is true.
See, pulling them right up. Crew members, of course, pulling them right up to the edge of the pre-stage bowl.
The last pair we watched, I wanted to tell about that. It was the one on the left lane was a converter car. It was automatic transmission with a converter, and the one on the right was the standard clutch car. You could see the way they staged was a little different. The converter car went on a two-step chip, and the clutch car had to rev it up. They both revved up.
I had to pedal that one real quick.
It's a pretty good pedal job if it was in the right-hand lane, 568 to a 572. All the pairs of cars so far laying down some really nice and competitive runs.
So Kyle Smith will jump up to the number 3 spot right there with that 568. 572, good enough for the 5-hole. As Phil Ez will pull up here with the Ultrasonic sponsored machine, and he's going to line up alongside that killer car right there, owned by the Bartone brothers. Tony Bartone, of course, they call it the Killer Bees. Steve Boggs doing the tuning on that one, and Sean Bellemure, who has an unbelievable record working here. This, maybe a few people are curious, this is the A-Fuel car that they've brought out here, the one that I think they practice. They put a 528 on the board in competition. A 533, so this thing is an absolute rocket ship.
All eyes are on this. They want to see what this is. This came out and ruffled a little feathers, and now they parked it, and they came out with the traditional alcohol car and won the race. This gives them an opportunity to come out, play with this, and have a little more fun and see what they can do with this injected nitro car. I've driven one of these, and they're a lot of fun.
So, yeah, and the rule changes, I think, dictated what they decided to do from 97% nitro down to 90, back up to 91.5 here. I can't hear you, Joe. Yes.
Totally different starting procedure with these kind of cars. Alcohol car, the normal, fired up on alcohol. The nitro car fires up on alcohol, lets it run for a little bit, then we'll switch it over to the nitromethane. Steve Boggs, the crew chief for Bellemure, a legend in the alcohol ranks. I raced at Indy a couple years ago with an injected nitro car, and he was just chomping at the bit. They said, we got one. We want to bring it out. And I knew it would run well and reset the class when he did.
I believe the last time we saw a nitro-injected funny car with the IHRA was back in 1998, then outlawed again in 1999. So, yeah, this is a pretty special moment for sure. Really curious to see how this car does. They wanted to come out here and get some laps underneath their belt. After the big rule change on the other side, they brought the alcohol car back out. That thing went undefeated last year. When was the last time you saw that? I mean, undefeated through the entire year. So, yeah, needless to say, the Killer Bees are absolutely on a tear with the pirate ship.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting session. We may see the low ET go a whole lot quicker than that 62. .566.
566. I was looking at the first 60 foot, like I might have knocked a tire off of it.
It did look like it spun a little bit when it left, and the A-Fuel cars, they're not quite as quick at the step of the throttle as the clutch cars or the converter cars. They have a little better 60 foot, but those injected nitro cars get to rolling about 300 feet and just start pulling like a mini fuel car.
All right, I believe our Kristen Banks is up there with Ray Drew. She is not ready just yet. We'll give her a moment to catch up with Ray, and then we'll get it up there to her. Appreciate all the help. Production team doing a great job here. They have already been here Wednesday, Thursday, obviously starting off early this morning with the Pro-Am cars at 8 o'clock. So doing an incredible job. Some long days here for sure.
A tip of cap to the camera guys out there in this heat. I mean, it has been tough and brutal out there, and watching them out there today, not missing a beat, getting some unbelievable shots.
All right, once again, let's go back up to Kristen Banks.
Down here with Ray Drew. Now, Ray, you just ran a 62. You're aiming for the high 50s. What's your game plan going into that second qualifying session?
Well, we underestimated the track a little bit. The week shook out there, and so it means I got to tune up the car a little bit more, give it some more, and we'll see if we can get it back in the 50s. I don't know how anybody else ran, but we'll do better.
Now it's hot out here. How are the track conditions?
A lot better than I thought. They did a really good job prepping the track, and like I said, I underestimated it, so we can throw more at it.
Well, thank you so much. Thanks, Ray, and we will see you later in that second qualifying session.
Thank you, guys. See you next.
Expand on that a little bit, Tommy. What will they do?
Well, that's music to everybody's ears when he says the track conditions are better than we expected. We underestimated. So that's saying that the track is really good. I mean, it looked visually good, but you don't know until you actually get out there. And, you know, they're going to have to go back there. They'll tune the car up, but probably a little more timing, maybe speed the blower up a little bit, but they'll tickle it a little bit here and there. Everybody went up here a little cautious, but I think from watching that first session of Alcohol Funny Car, the track is there. It's killer. I think that's going to be good news for everybody else in the lanes back here.
Yeah, and we're anticipating the second session to start about 7 o'clock, so things are only going to get better yet.
Well, that's going to be a really good thing for everybody here. We get a little cooler conditions and maybe even a little cloud cover here and there and get that track temperature down. That track's going to get better and better. And then tonight's session, well, then you can throw everything you got at it.
First couple of pair of top alcohol dragsters coming up here. Tom Fox Jr. and Earl. Looks like Earl's going to be up here as well from Wilmington, Delaware.
Here you're going to see the difference between the alcohol car with the blower and supercharger versus the injected nitro car in the left-hand lane. Two different ways of doing it. They've been doing this in the dragsters for several years. The funny cars, only the last couple years. So they're still getting their feel for it. But this has become such a competitive class. It kind of goes back and forth. You'll see the injected nitro cars dominate for a while. Then you'll see the blower cars come back and dominate for a while. So they've got good parity between these nowadays.
Tom Fox Jr., his father, Senior, is crew chief. You've been down that road before. How's that work?
Oh, it's good. You know, and Earl, you know, on the other side, you got the Samsels. You know, it's a father and son, and they do a great job with this car on the left-hand lane. I mean, Earl, it does. They did a great job back in the day. I've seen this car make some low 520, maybe even some high teen runs. I don't know if we're going to see a teen in this kind of heat, but we should see some good 530s and maybe a 20 here and there.
So a good look at the two different cars here. We have an A-fuel injected car lined up in the left lane. Right lane will be a supercharged car on methanol and alcohol. 466 all aluminum billet. Brad Anderson Hemi rolling into the water box as we speak. And then, of course, the cackle of the nitro in the left lane. Here we go. Real short burnout here, a little longer burnout on the other side. That affects everything, right? The heat in the clutch, the entire system.
Yeah, my crew chief used to be, we would monitor track temperatures. We had a really hot racetrack. Why put extra heat in the tires? You know, let's do a shorter burnout. It's basically to clean the tire off anyway. So, you know, there's no sense in doing a really long burnout when you already got a hot racetrack.
Pretty cool little stat here for Tom Fox Jr., who won the Bunny Burkett Memorial Race. Bunny was a lot of fun to watch.
She won a few races in the IHRA back in the day. Yeah,
she did. Yes, she did. Definitely drew a crowd. Left-hand lane has been 516 at 282. Again, another outstanding group of alcohol cars here in the top alcohol dragster category. Really looking forward to this one.
You'll see the different approach when they're staging. Alcohol car revving it way up, nitro car leaving it idle.
Man, Curl striking the tires really hard right at the hit.
These cars more like a top fuel dragster, and just missed the primary weight, probably a little bit on the clutch, and come loose as soon as he stepped on it. I seen him trying to pedal it. That's what's interesting about the IHRA. 2 qualifying runs. Well, normally you wouldn't see somebody going out here pedaling on Q1 trying to get down the racetrack. Well, there is going to be a bump in alcohol dragster, so with 2 shots, pedal it, get it down there the best you can. That might make the difference between qualifying and not qualifying.
Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, you have to make everyone count here. And as we talked about before, the night session is potentially much better here. So if you can get a good one in now and kind of get in a good position, hopefully you don't get bumped out tonight.
Well, that's the frustrating part for them, is now they got to come back here the second run, be a little conservative. They would like to have made a nice run the first session, then you can get after it for the second one. Now they're going to have to come back up here and be a little conservative on the second one just to get it down the track.
Can you do that? Can you take that risk? I mean, it's going to be nighttime. Maybe it's a perfect setup for tonight.
We were a little too soft and still didn't make it. Yeah.
Our tires stand for a great pass, just like Mr. Fox did. So Rachel Curl and Brandon Greco is going to be your next pair.
Rachel Curl coming up in the right-hand lane. You might recognize her dad, Randy Meyer, there, starting the car for her. Everybody knows Rachel Meyer, and I didn't know she had gotten married, but now she's Rachel Curl. Brandon Greco in the left-hand lane. And once again, we see a blower car against the injected nitro car.
I forgot about this, Joe. I'll do it after this pair when it's quiet. Oh, we were talking about some stacked cars here. Of course, a Randy Meyer entry lined up on the right side with Rachel Curl. And Rachel Curl, a national champion. Very, very tough player, no doubt about that. 5 national event wins, 6 divisional wins, 1 in Nitro Chaos as well. And looks like they have shut the left lane off here for Brandon Greco.
Yeah, I didn't see what exactly happened. They rolled through the water, and then something happened, and they decided to shut it off. So now you want to talk about the pressure coming up. They didn't even get their first run.
Yeah. And, you know, he had such a good run a little bit earlier this year at the 4-wide, earned his first top alcohol dragster win this year at the 4-wide. So
this next session is going to be pretty interesting.
Always is, right? And that's what this schedule breeds. That's what you were alluding to before.
It just adds a little element to it. Makes every run important. Rachel and her sister both winning championships in the past. Their dad, Randy Meyer, we used to race Top Fuel with Randy Meyer back in the day. Back in the 90s, Randy and I raced IHRA Top Fuel together.
Yeah, he has a couple of final round appearances here with the IHRA. Unfortunately, lost both of them to Doug Herbert, so he would like to get even here this weekend. Man, listen to that thing tug all the way down through there.
542. It looked a little loose early, and moved to the right, washed out a little bit, and she brought it back in the center. But I think that thing wasn't hooked up all the way. They say they're going out here conservative, but the few of these cars will look pretty aggressive to me.
I think they watch the funny cars and like, this track is tight, let's get after it. Hey, by the way, the International Hot Rod Association is pleased to announce a partnership with VP Racing Fuels as the official fuels of the IHRA. VP Racing Fuels, the world leader in race fuel technology, was founded by Steve Burns, who's a young racer in the early 70s in Texas. Started experimenting with fuel blends, self-taught in chemistry and physics. He sought to improve horsepower beyond what existing fuels offered. His first product, C12, gained traction locally, leading to the establishment of VP Racing Fuels in 1975. We appreciate that. It's a great announcement that has just taken place here. So welcome on board to VP Race Fuels, the official fuel of the IHRA. Certainly pleased to announce that partnership, by the way, with VP Racing Fuels, IHRA owner and CEO Daryl Cuttle. He had to say that their incredible product line and a huge footprint throughout motorsports. This is the first in a series of partnerships that will greatly benefit all of our racers and the IHRA sanctioned tracks. VP Racing Fuels is a valued partner of the IHRA, and we look forward to a great relationship for years to come. Jeff Chatterson coming up here next. Wife Janet, sons Ryan and Jeremy out here. Brother Daryl, also part of this team, has been 520s in this car, 280 miles an hour. Again, another a pair of fuel-injected cars here. We've got a lot of them on the property.
Mike Coughlin, from right here in Columbus. How many laps you think he's made in down this racetrack? But I don't know if he's run the alcohol car here before, but he has driven them for McPhillips for several times and does a great job. I think he might even have won a race with the McPhillips team.
And, of course, the McPhillips team, again, legendary, much like Randy Meyer's team. 3 national championships there. Rich McPhillips himself, very, very successful inside of these cars. Has had a number of very talented drivers compete with him as well. As of late, going back a couple of years, Tony Stewart chose this team to break into the sport. So very, very good equipment. No playing around, man. If you're going to join that team, you've got to be ready to race, and you're going to win.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's kind of neat to see. There's become kind of a rivalry between the McPhillips and Myers, and they rent the rides out. They train drivers, bring them along. It's a stepping stone for them to get their feet wet in drag racing and be able to move up to the alcohol category. And it became a pretty good rivalry between the two teams, but they've got a lot of wins for new and up-and-coming drivers in each of those team cars.
You talked about Mike Coughlin being in here. Troy Coughlin Jr. is also driven for him. Matt Cummings, Mike Coughlin in the car here today. Anthony Troyer's also been in the car with him, just to name a few of them along the way. The team has nearly 100 wins and 9 regional divisional championships. Impressive numbers. Lined up on the left side, that is Jeff Chatterson on the right side. Looks like Chatterson lost a hole there pretty early on.
5:38.9, 261. Nice run right out of the box. Puts them at the #1 spot. You can see the hole out in the right lane on Chatterson's car, and just when you run on 7, it's not as good as 8. And looked like all 8 were firing pretty good on the left side.
Yeah, we've seen some bigger speed. I mean, still, Tom Fox at 264. So there's some left out there. And as you said, they'll pick away at it for sure. All right, one more time. Let's go up to Kristen Banks.
Thanks, guys. I'm down here with Rachel Meyer. Now it's Rachel Kerr. Now, you just mentioned to me that the car felt a little chattery out there. What does that mean, and will your crew make any changes to it?
So we dropped a few holes, which is why it felt like it was shaking a little. Not enough to get out of it, but definitely wasn't the smoothest pass, and it kept trying to veer towards the wall. But, we'll go back, look at the data, maybe change the fuel a little bit, and come back up for next qualifying. But, yeah, it felt great to get back behind the wheel, and can't wait to do it again.
First time back since 23, and we can't wait to see you out there again in that second qualifying session.
You talked about the car. It looked like it was a little bit loose, so she was just fighting with that thing a bit.
Yeah, it was. It was loose from the get-go. When she hit the throttle, it washed the rear end out and it drove her over to the right a little bit. And she seemed to be fighting that car all the way down. And she said it dropped the cylinders. Well, she might have been doing that because the tires were spinning a little bit too. Yeah.
Yep. Loses a load, right?
Yep.
Those Nitro cars.
Yep.
By the way, 4 national championships. So I think a total of 6 for Randy Meyer Racing, but 4 here as of recently with girls. His 2 daughters. And, of course, Julie Natus as well, I think the latest one to win that national championship for that team. So very, very talented group. And speaking of that, I believe we have another one coming up here.
Yeah, 2 ladies. These are probably 2 of the best cars in the top alcohol dragster class right now. Jackie Fink and Rachel Meyer. They're going to show you what's out here right now. These 2 cars are going to go out and lay down some runs. I'm pretty confident in that.
Yeah, Jackie. Ready to do her burnout here. Yeah, Jackie Frick out of Flemington, New Jersey, and, of course, the crew chief as well. Extremely talented. That is John Fink. Has won a couple of East Region championships, 11 regional event titles, multiple Jugs All-Star berths as well. national event titles as well. And, of course, he has Jackie inside of the car. That was just the crew chief. So great to have Jackie inside of the car, multi-time Eastern Region champion, including 2024, and currently leading in the East Region points. So third in national points a year ago, lined up alongside a two-time national champion, 13-time national event winner, and 11 divisional wins. 2 Nitro Chaos wins. I think one of those was against her sister.
Yeah, she didn't care if her family was there or not.
I hope I didn't get that backwards, by the way. Rachel will be up here to straighten me out. Thundering down through there. There we go.
523 with a 3.
Yeah, baby. 274. There we go. That's what we're used to seeing out of these cars. So Megan doing a great job out here. Goes right to the #1 spot by 1,500ths.
From our vantage point, I couldn't tell which car it was, but you could really hear one tugging on the starting line. It was tugging down. I thought, whoa, are we going to see another one blow the tires off the hip? But they were nice and smooth and clean from the starting line.
Yeah, we probably should be looking at the program monitors, but we are sitting dead behind these cars, so it is just difficult not to look out of the window and watch these things move around. So much fun to watch these cars go down through there. So Kristen Beat is now underneath the tower because we have some incredible snowmobiles coming up, and we have no snow. Kristen?
Temperatures are about 90 degrees out here in Columbus, Ohio, and a far cry from where these snowmobiles are generally seen racing. Now, I spoke with Anthony Minnie just a few moments ago, and he told me top end 1,100 horsepower is general for these snowmobiles. However, today with the conditions, closer to 700 horsepower. But what he's really focused on, what Anthony Minnie is really kind of focusing in on at this track, is really just power management. So making sure that you're getting the power at the right point in the track. So, Tommy, I know you're used to speed, but what do you think about these? Would you ever ride a snowmobile out here in Columbus, Ohio?
Yeah, I think I would, yeah. Now there's some Top Fuel Harleys right behind them. No. Let's just put that out there right now. No. Snowmobile? Yeah, maybe I'd go for that. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I believe the boss has been on one. Daryl said he enjoys riding these things.
Yeah, I've heard some rumors. There's a fuel mobile coming.
Oh, there you go.
I'll let him ride it first, and then I might take a shot.
Let him test it out. Yeah. It's a hyper sports backed machine here, by the way, for Anthony Minnie. Craig Compton, a bad man when it comes to tuning one of these things. He is on the property here somewhere. I went over there to shake his hand last night, but he disappeared. Somebody probably had a cold beer somewhere.
I'd hope so, as hot as it was here yesterday.
Outlaw Snowmobiles. He's out of Connerville, Michigan. A Hypersports HRC4, 1400cc turbocharged sled.
I've become a big race fan. I want to see these things. These are cool. I've seen them before a couple places, but man, I can't wait till they get out here. Woo!
A couple of replays that the gang and the television truck have put together. As we are off and running here, the first event of the 2025 season for the IHRA Outlaw Nitro Series.
You could hear the cylinders on the thing, how flat it was on the other end.
Dumping the laundry down there at the other end, and they'll pack them all back up. We'll bring you some replays, some highlights from our funny car category as well. This category, I mean, first one's out of the gate, right down through there, side by side. It seemed like every pair.
I was impressed. I'm like, man, you guys are putting on a good show right out of the box. Let's wait to get it started. Making it look easy.
Ed Drew, first one across there. Great camera shot there. Nice job to the rest of the crew.
Guys are doing some steering. Everybody drag racing just go straight down the track. Right.
Yeah, anything but, right?
Guys are doing some work out there.
Bellemuir there. with the A Fuel car. It was about the first one that didn't go down side by side. Got over there by the center line just a little bit. Had to get out of the throttle. And Bellamy were charged down through there.
Big sigh of relief from all those teams. Now we come back much more relaxed for the second session and ready to go.
Yeah, some really good data, right?
Yeah. You got to get, don't know until you know.
Yeah, very warm out here today. I did not get weather. Probably should have had somebody click a picture from Sully's pit, or somebody to let us know where we were.
It's hot.
I think, yeah, it's hot. it was up there yesterday as well. So, yeah, I mean, it's hot. It's humid. Just to give the people at home some sort of idea. I mean, temperatures are probably right around 90 degrees. A lot of water in the air. Yeah, right at 90 degrees, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here comes the sleds. They weigh in at about 500 pounds. Had a chance to talk to Rob Lowe last night. No, not the actor.
I was just going to say, he's not filming right now?
We'll see out here. We'll see him out here in just a couple of moments. But he said he struggled keeping grip towards the end of the run with these things. And I said, really? He said, and he put an air relief vent, if you will, to get rid of some of the air underneath the bottom of the sled because it was creating lift at the top end. So was not expecting that. Dampers on the front, small dampers on the front where they can change the attitude of the sled just a little bit. These things are pretty serious, man. They're pretty involved. And we heard the horsepower numbers there. So right around 700 horsepower is what they're anticipating here today.
468 is a pretty stout number to the 8th mile.
Yeah, I mean, they've got some grip. He said they actually have a little more grip in the snow where, I'm sure they're using the spikes and down in. And
I want to know what it costs for one of those belts. We're going to find that out. That's a good job for Chris.
It's like a blower belt. You don't bring one.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that. I don't think they're as much as a blower belt. Mike Schwartz and Dave Duvall. Duvall in the left lane, Mike in the right lane. 525 and a 470.
I watched them from behind, watching how much they're leaning and moving, and not only are they steering them, but they're also, kind of like the bikes. You're leaning and moving them with their body weight. Yeah, I'm still in. I'll still drive one. Yeah.
External starter. Another replay there for you from the top end. Looks like the Nitro Clown will be part of the first pair here as they get the starter located there on the snout of that blower.
I think there's 9 funny cars this weekend, so Dave will be coming out here and making a single, first car out. A lot of eyes watching, see what the track's going to give him. Dave's done a lot of the Nitro Chaos cars back in the day and decided to step up. Come out here and run Nitro Funny Car. Got Mike Guger tuned in this weekend. Buddy Hall here giving a few tips, mentoring.
Give me an idea of what the drivers are going through whenever they're climbing in the car, like your procedure whenever you get in the car, you're getting ready to go here.
I mean, you get all your safety equipment on. I mean, the amount of safety equipment it takes to drive one of these cars and put on it, you just don't throw it on and jump in. So they've been preparing back in the lanes, getting strapped in. Sitting here, I mean, there's not a lot you can do now. I mean, it's all in the crew's hands to get the thing started, but they're getting ready to roll it over, clean it out, and give you the signal when they're going to fire it up. As soon as this thing rolls over and it'll fire on the gas bottle, you'll pull the fuel on and ready to go. They'll check a few things, pull the fuel pressure back, remove the body pole, put the body pole down, and away we go. And Dave hasn't made a lot of runs in this car, so it's just it's kind of a shakedown for him. Like I said, he's ran the Nitro Chaos car some and decided to step up. So he's still in the learning mode on this. got some good people helping this weekend. It's got a lot of experience, so trying to accelerate that learning curve.
And it comes to life. Spent some time with Mitch King running at Top Fuel. A couple of wins in the Nitro Chaos Series. 2 runner-ups at Nitro Chaos as well. Had some good success over there.
Oh, the other direction. You were asking what he should have been checking before that. Should have been checking to make sure he was in forward gear.
Well, it's all part of your system, right? I mean,
yeah.
I'm sure there's a system that you have to check stuff like that. I mean, obviously, he's very...
It's idling a little high there. There, crew member comes out, gets the blade shut, brings idle down. Yeah, it's one of them. He went, whoops. That's not going to happen again. Mike Guger backing him up where he wants to be. I saw Buddy Hall out there giving him a lot of tips. Look at Buddy underneath there, adjusting the idle. Not only driver, he must be crew chief this weekend too. Look at him. I like it.
Has been 490 in the quarter mile. 298 miles per hour. I believe that might have been an IHRA Top Fuel car.
Sounds a little rough, but we'll see if that cleans up when he hits the throttle here.
First fuel car down the track. Here we go. It looked like it hopped the rear tires right off the ground.
I'm at a loss for words. I'm not sure what that was. It almost acted like he hit the throttle and maybe the throttle cable broke or something. You know, I don't think he hit the throttle and lifted, but you never know. I'd like to see the replay of that, and we'll be able to tell a little more. I don't know if something broke or if that was something on his part or what.
Yeah, by design, yeah. Not going to make it off of the track down the turn road. Let's watch it here one more time.
I think it might have banged. It put a hole out as soon as he stepped on it on the left-hand side, and it almost looked like something up the, yeah, it did. I saw a little flash out the underneath side, and it didn't sound right, idling. It just didn't sound right, and I thought maybe he might clean up when he hit the throttle, but instantly put a hole out on the left-hand side and looks like it banged the blower. Your ears don't lie. It didn't sound good.
Trained ears, for sure. Well, safety crew down there with him. They'll help get him pushed off the track here. It's pretty close down there to the return road. And we'll bring up our next pair.
Checking the track real quick to make sure there's no fluids on it. It's a rough way to start. Hit the throttle and don't even get a move very far, and it banged the blower. So definitely something wrong mechanically there. It looked awfully wet on the left side of the engine, so I'm not sure what the problem was, but it was amplified when he opened the throttle blades.
Give us another look here as well. See if anything catches your eye here.
It almost sounds like he double stepped right there.
Did?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't notice that before.
Yeah. Definitely the hole out on the left side, so something mechanically not working properly. And unfortunately, I see the Zamboni hidden out there.
Yeah, and he's out of the car.
So it really wasn't happy. Hopefully not too long of a cleanup.
Todd Barker in the back and black team lined up here ready to go. The Bushwhacker right alongside.
Both these cars, big chaos running cars.
Another replay here. There's a slow-mo version of this here.
There's a lot going on in that frame right there. There's a lot going on. It almost looked like he smoked the tires. It looks like he pedaled it. I've done this a long time, and I'm still not sure what happened there.
Flash under, clearly a flash underneath it as well. So
I think this is multiple choice. I'm going to take D, all the above.
say again, going to Krista B.
Yeah, I'm here in the funny car staging area, and I've got Terry Haddock of Terry Haddock Racing. Just a moment ago, guys, I was so impressed. He was watching on his phone the Speed Sports stream. He was trying to see what was going out on track, and when I spoke with your wife, Heather, she was saying because of this variable weather with the cloud coverage, you guys might have been making some tune-up changes. But right now, with the delay that you're facing, what can you tell us about what you were learning from watching the Speed Sports stream and the track conditions and how it's changing?
Well, the Speed Sports stream's helping us because I can watch what the cars in front of us are doing. We determine how fast we can get off the starting line by the track temperature. And since we towed up here 45 minutes ago, the track temperature started out about 132 degrees. Now it's about 119 degrees. So we've taken a nut, almost 2 nuts off the clutch to compensate for that. Now that it's cool, we're going to put it back on, maybe more. Like the primary on the clutch dictates how fast the car goes.
Terry, take me through this car, and I know for you guys and your team, being here in the IHRA series again is really special, but walk me through this car and kind of what makes it special.
Well, I guess what makes this car special to me is it's one of John Force's car. A bunch of years ago, we had a real bad fire at Pomona, and we lost everything. And John made it to where I could afford to buy one of his cars and his bodies. And ever since then, he's like, they front half the car every year for me, and they take care of it. And now we have a backup car, and it's the same Force car. You know, everything's the same. But they've been a great company to work for, and it's nice to race the equipment that the heroes race.
And guys, by the way, John Force earned his first ever U.S. win right here in Columbus at this racetrack.
I remember that day pretty well.
Do you?
Yeah, I think it might have been around 1988, maybe. Yeah.
It was a good year for you.
Yeah, it was a good day that day, that Sunday, Father's Day.
Yeah, just such VP racing. That's all.
Not exactly the way we wanted to start Nitro Funny Car off, but hopefully we get it cleaned up, get it going, and get some clean runs out there.
So once again, unfortunately, we have some oil to clean up there, but the gang is on it, and they are diligent. So we'll do it as quickly as possible. We'll take a quick break, and then we'll come back and see if we can fire up the next pair.
Speed Sport 1 has racing 24/7. Trouble! Lost the right front hard. Each week, find new episodes of Prime Cuts. Grassroots racing from America's short tracks.
Oh, look at one upside down into turn number 1.
Speed Sport 1 is the place to satisfy that itch for racing.
Checker's gonna wave. Who's it gonna be?
Go to speedsport1.com for a complete guide to what's coming your way next. Speed Sport 1, the live racing network. Monday Mayhem is on Speed Sport 1. Every Monday starting at 7 p.m. Eastern. Things get a little crazy. We've got some of the best demolition derby action from across the country. Figure 8 racing, enduro racing, and anything else that takes you to the unusual side of motorsports.
Oh, no! And they both go!
Monday Mayhem is on Speed Sport 1. It's free to watch. Go to speedsport1.com for details and viewing options. Each week on Speed Sport 1, get the very best in grassroots racing with Prime Cuts. Every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern, we'll serve up a new episode.
And around goes the 9, and we're going to pile them up.
From coast to coast and all points in between.
3 wide off of turn 2.
Prime Cuts is choice racing action cut down to the very best.
Oh, holy goodness!
Join us for new episodes Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern on Speed Sport 1. Speed Sport 1 is the place for the Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series, the premier dirt super late model tour of the Southeast.
And just about 4 wide for the lead.
Watch the series on Speed Sport 1 as it travels to some of the South's best tracks. Founded by racers, the Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series is a professional touring series, and you can see the entire season on Speed Sport 1. It's free to watch. Go to speedsport1.com for details and viewing options. Race fans have a home on Speed Sport 1.
As we'll come to this track, we'll drag race to it.
From water to the desert, Speed Sport 1 has a variety of competition that will spark your inner racer.
Look at the number 10 machine. Oh, boom, we got a flipper. We're going to have her. Oh, and right back on his wheels.
Speed Sport 1, the live racing network.
Doing the tap dance, rat-a-tat-tat. All the leaders real bumper.
Go to speedsport1.com for details, viewing options.
And once again, we welcome you back here to Durana Raceway for the IHRA Outlaw Nitro Series. First fuel car down, and unfortunately, some issues. So cleaning the track up here as quickly as possible. And next 2 sitting here, getting ready to go. Beautiful evening here. I mean, it's definitely on the warm side, but starting to cool off here just a bit. No longer 90, upper 80s.
Yeah, the sun's back out.
And the sun is back out, and it's beating into the window here. Yeah, I think 60, he went to 60 final rounds, 51 wins. 85%, 51 wins and 9 losses. That's unbelievable.
Got to be pretty confident going into a final round with that kind of record.
2003, 10 wins. 2005, 9 wins. I mean, some pretty impressive numbers. And a great guy. They don't come any better than Clay.
No.
Super dude. Number 2, Bruce Litton, and then Don Carlitz. Doug Herbert, talked about him a little bit earlier. Paul Romine, some of the names of times gone by. Pontiac Jack
Ostrander, yep.
Doug Foley, inside of the top 10. He's in the house. Bobby Lagana, he might be walking around here. You never know.
You never know. Pushing the cars up to the water box and getting ready to fire them up. Hopefully we get off to a little better start now.
Yeah. Todd Barker, the back end black machine, lined up in the left lane. Ready to put some power to the starter. Spin that thing over. Also a force car, by the way.
Not seen a lot of these cars yet. I know Jody drives a car at the Chaos Series, and when I saw him on the entry list, I didn't know he had the modern day car. His is more of a nostalgia style, body style in the Chaos program. So see him stepping up here with this. Jody as well. Jody runs the fuel altered a lot in the Nitro Chaos Series, so must have took the alter body off, put the funny car body on.
Yeah, so he was a record holder for a fuel funny car for a bit there, was Todd Barker. Yeah, Jody Austin, yep. 2020, 2023, and 2024 Outlaw Fuel Altered champ.
Yeah.
One of them went to the 4th tiebreaker with Clint Cross. Events attended, final round, appearances, average qualifying position, and finally went to reaction times to break the tie.
Wow. I say just give him 2 trophies. Let's call it good.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
All right, boys, what are we waiting on? Let's fire him up.
Pretty big win in 2024. Won the World Fuel Altered Nationals at Eddyville Raceway, Raceway Park, and the A class, really known as the biggest, or certainly one of the biggest fuel altered races in the world. Also a Nitro Chaos winner. I think you mentioned that before. And that one comes to life. Oh, Jody Austin out of Aubrey, Texas. And Todd Barker's comes to life as well. Here we go.
This car sounds good. The funny car, it has to sound pretty good or you start ducking. you want it to sound pretty good or you're trying to get as low as you can in that seat otherwise. Interesting, they didn't put the body up. That's
on either side.
Yeah, I saw him pull the throttle stop off, so they got that. Just part of the routine is not putting the body up.
So puts off the clutch at this point. They're just using the brake to set this thing in.
I think Jody's having trouble getting the car to move. It sounded like he was squeezing the throttle, trying to give it some RPMs to get it to stage. Yeah, that's exactly what's going on. You can hear it. Trouble in both lanes, but Jody was having a tough time getting the car to move. It was something in the clutch, the stall or whatever was having issues with, and he was giving it throttle, trying to get the car to move and get it to stage, and did a good job not to hold up the other lane.
So difficult to do, right? I mean, to feather that throttle, I mean,
yeah.
I mean, so, and I mean, that relates to whenever they pedal these cars, and you think, why not squeeze back on so you don't light them back off again? But what is the distance? What is the throw from off to wide open?
Yeah, everybody's a little bit different, but you know, you don't have a whole lot. You know, an inch, maybe inch and a half on some of the inch and a half would be a lot. But you also have the superchargers. They're sucking air in so much that they're sucking the blades closed. So to open those blades, you have to break that suction and get them to open, and it's kind of hard to do just squeezing it. So yeah, it's not easy.
Great explanation. I've never heard of that. Never thought of that. Should have, obviously. Makes perfect sense.
Yeah, I don't know. Both cars having issues there. And like I said, these guys, they're new to this category of funny car. They've run some chaos stuff, but this is the next step. Just take some time, take some practice, and iron the bugs out. So, not really even sure what happened in the left lane. You couldn't see anything. It just hit the throttle and shut off. But the one thing I do know, there's no oil in that left lane this time. So
yes,
that's okay.
Beautiful thing.
Now there is enough cars. There will be a bump spot. Funny car.
Yeah, if you paid attention, any car racing along the way.
I've known him a few years. We go back to the alcohol funny car days together, and the Tinker's Toy Worsham funny car, Dale Worsham.
Yeah, and you said you and your father were racing. He and his father were racing, obviously, with Chuck, and your families were pretty close, right?
Yeah. They went to Fuel Funny Car, and Dale would beat on me all the time. You guys can do it. You guys can do it. And my dad's like, no, we're not going to Funny Car. We're going to Top Fuel. So I went to Top Fuel. Dale went to Funny Car, and all these years later, he's still out here having fun, and I really respect that. He's out here having a good time. You know, he doesn't need to be doing this anymore, but he wants to. He wants to come out here and race and put on a show, and his car's been running really well. It's been running really well. He's been training some new drivers, licensing new drivers in Funny Car in his car, and very good equipment. Be interesting to see what he'll do. And I bet you he didn't forget how to do this. Todd Haas in the other lane. Todd, he does a lot of chaos stuff, and this car runs really good from time to time. This car's laid down some good numbers, so he wants to come over here and join the show with the big boys.
That one sounds right.
That one sounds pretty good.
That one doesn't sound much different.
No.
Good stuff, man, for sure. Dale Worsham, 1992 IHRA champ. Won his first race in 1991 at age 21. Went on to win the 1992 IHRA Funny Car Championship. 2011 Top Fuel champ. 2015 Funny Car champ. 1998 Blaine Johnson Award winner.
Yeah, a lot of years, a lot of success in this sport.
A pretty special award.
It's interesting to watch, and behind Dale's car over here, a lot of people in the Nitro fuel ranks watching on.
Joey Haas, 2024 Nitro Chaos champ. Second generation driver. See what he's got here. Team Nimrod. Mike Kern doing the tuning on that one. Shades of Jungle Pam out there.
Well, it was on a really good run. Dale left early, 9:08, 60 foot, which isn't great, but it's really good for the first run coming out here on a track. You don't know what it's gonna give you. Nice soft, get it off start line. The car was running pretty good. It got out there in the middle and come loose. Both cars coming loose out there, a little ways down the track. So, track is definitely still hot out in the middle. I know all these guys will be looking forward to the night session tonight. Cooler track. Little data to work from. It did look like Dale got back after it a little bit because, yeah, like I said, there's two shots. Let's get it in the show.
Yeah, great to have him come out here and make a run at it. It looked like, yeah, I agree with you. I mean, it looked like it left pretty solid and had a good one working. We'll go back and take another replay.
Yeah, I just started spinning the tires down there. Dale pedaled a little bit just to get it down through there and get a number on the board. Both cars spin the tires out in the middle, just a little bit loose in the middle of the track yet. We saw some Pro Mods coming loose out there.
Mike McIntyre out of Chesterfield, Ohio will line up here. We'll see if we can get things fired up. He's going to line up alongside Jack Wyatt, long time racer. And that one's turning over as we speak. McIntyre run a bunch of nostalgia funny car for a few years, earned his Top Fuel funny car license in 2019 with crew chief Aaron Brooks. And the watchful eyes of Bobby and Dom Logano along as well. Dom and Richie Crampton signed off on the license.
And Mike's car's really come around here, really running good here lately. He took a couple years off. Mike in it. Wait for the burnouts. Rookie mistake right there, wasn't it? Now, Mike and his dad raced together for a lot of years, and he lost his dad a couple years ago. He's been off not racing for a couple years, but to come back, participate again, and knock the rust off. So good to see him out here. Jack Wyatt grew up together in Iowa with Jack. Known Jack for a lot of years. He's been driving funny cars as long as I've known him. I mean, that's 40 years. And Jack's got a volunteer crew member on his car this weekend. West Virginia Senator.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
Super cool. Yeah, I've been running that operation out of Seymour, Iowa for a long, long time. Races with his son, Tyler. Works a lot. We were talking about Clay Millican. Works a lot with Clay Millican. Or has over the years.
Jack rolls in double bulbs. I don't think he meant to do that. A little far. Just have to adjust your whole program, not to upset everything.
The car named many years ago by his painter, Bill Butterly, the White Devil. Whew. I was going to send it down through there, man, but it turned it sideways.
Yeah, I think Mike's car got out there, maybe rattled a little bit. It was moving over a little to the left-hand side. Might have started spinning the tires. I seen it pop the chute out, so something sending the chutes out before he wanted them to come out. It's a great view sitting right behind these cars, and I keep forgetting to look at the monitor so I can see it all.
We got Derek's running the toggle switch over there, and he's really quick on the button like he's leaving the starting line. So we have the numbers in front of us. He hits the button, it toggles over to the order, and then we can't see it. So we have no control over it.
Yeah, both cars just coming loose. It's obviously not very good conditions out there, about 200 feet out. And that's as you're trying to apply clutch to it and just not holding it right now.
So 7 cars in the field as we speak right now. 2 more coming. That'll fill out the field and put 1 out. And let's go to Kristen Banks. She's with Dale Worsham up top.
I'm up top with Dale Worsham. Now, you're no stranger to the sport, but you've been renting out your seat. First time in the seat for a while. How'd it feel?
Felt good. Everything went pretty smooth. I mean, the startup and the burnout and all the procedural stuff, and I hit the throttle, and I gotta be truthful, I thought I was going a million miles an hour. It's very, very fast. Went out there and came loose, but I think it's something I can deal with. I'd like to thank everybody here for having us. Thank Daryl with the IHRA for putting on this event, and I think it's going to be fun. I just need a couple runs at it. I'll get it.
What's your game plan for that next qualifying session?
Make a full run. Just make a full run, see what we got.
Hey, that's easy. Just make a full run, point A to point B. Congratulations, Dale Worsham. Yep, 300.
Yeah, how hard can it be?
Yeah, I have no doubt he'll go A to B, full run.
He'll get it sorted out. If anybody's going to get it sorted out, those guys will get it sorted.
I know exactly what he means. Being out of the seat here a few years ago for 4 or 5 years, jumping in a car, and it takes a few runs to get back up to speed. These things accelerate so quick. You hit the throttle and your mind's still in the starting line. The car's already at 200 feet, so it takes a little bit.
It feels fast to him again.
Yeah, I like that. But I saw the smile, so you know what it is. Yeah, I saw the smile.
All right, he's flying the #1 plate. The last champ we had here with the IHRA. Terry Haddock lines up in the left-hand side, and so happy to put the #1 back on that car. Congrats to him, earning that thing. Of course, Dale Creasy Jr. lined up alongside. Dale Creasy Jr., a longtime IHRA competitor as well, 2-time IHRA champ, 06, 07, and then in 08 was leading in the points, had that driveline failure that nearly took his leg off, really damaged both legs a lot. So was able to get everything back in working order, and 1 year later climbed back inside of the car and started racing again. So 2 IHRA veterans here side by side.
Yeah, Terry, he won the championship, and then they did away with funny cars.
Yeah.
17 years later, he's back to run his #1. So good for Terry.
Good for Terry. And Terry works with a lot of people. I mean, he crews on a lot of crews. He's taught a lot of people to drive, and that has kind of funded his program along the way.
Well, that was a huge movement.
It was to the left.
Yeah, he must have got back and didn't like what they saw where he ended up at, and his crew moved him over as he's rolling up the stage. And I mean, I'm not talking a couple inches. I'm talking a foot and a half over.
It was a hard left-hand turn and then back to the right for sure. Haddock in the left lane. Creasy in the right.
Oh, hang on, Terry.
Attic's like, I'm going to give her another stab and see what happens here.
Yeah.
But it goes back to, we now have 9 cars.
Yeah.
And if he can stuff that thing and beat one guy, he's in the show.
We almost had 8 cars.
Yeah, almost had 8 cars and one with a stripe on it. But he goes to the number 3 hole with that extra effort.
You can see when both of these cars leave the starting line, they both put holes out. So that tells me they saw all these other cars having problems out here. They softened them up. They probably softened them up too much because both cars, as soon as they hit the throttle, had holes out. So, yeah, it's a tricky game. How much do you back it off? How do you get down through there without spinning the tires? And how do you get down through there without dropping holes? And so far, they haven't figured it out. So hopefully tonight they'll get it figured out.
Go back and look at some data for sure.
Put on a new pair of underwear, and he'll be good to go for the next session. That just shows you how fast these cars accelerate. You hit the throttle when they're not perfectly straight. They're going the direction they're pointing.
All right, once again, let's get it over to Chris and Pete, who's in the staging lanes.
During the staging delay, I had a chance to check in with Krista Baldwin's team. They told me they anticipate a 392 run here. I also checked in with Krista earlier in the day. Now, she got out of the car during that staging delay, was trying to stay cool. They were gearing her back up just a moment ago. And something I was thinking about, guys, she's a third-generation racer. Her grandfather, her father, and herself, all racers. And she told me it would be so special for her to be able to chase an IHRA championship because of that heritage, because of the history within the series. And obviously racing here on a historic track, which so many women have pioneered this sport before her. It's meaningful for her to be out here racing today. We're excited to see what she can do in this first qualifying session of the day.
Yeah, great story. No doubt about it. Pretty cool. Of course, her father, great racer as well, Bobby Baldwin, and then her grandfather is legendary. The Hall of Famer, Chris, the Greek Kermasinas.
Yeah, I've heard of him. Yeah.
You've heard of that guy?
I heard of him. Yeah.
He's been around.
He's still around. I mean, that guy drove the car till, well, who knows how old, but
how about that
really
trailer?
Old.
That trailer.
Yeah.
Love the Greek, man. We had her on our show. We had a show called The Skinny there for a couple of years with my buddy Rico Elmore, and we had Krista on the show. And it was not easy to get Grandpa to help her out. He was not on board with the program when she wanted to race, but it's in her blood for sure. You won't find anybody any more enthusiastic about it than her. And she had to scrap. She had to fight a little bit. And once she proved she was going to do it with or without him, he came around a little bit and started helping her out.
Yeah, still see Chris come to a lot of the races. The Greek always got that piece of candy in his pocket to give you. Just what a great guy. A lot of years in the sport. 392 is what they're shooting for. They're pretty optimistic out here, seeing all these guys struggling, and they're going for 92.
See if they
let's get it done. Yeah. Scott Graham, our crew chief, he's not being shy if that's what he's going for. Let's get out here and make a nice lap in this heat. I'm actually surprised. I thought that we'd have better luck with the cars going down the racetrack, but the delay hasn't helped at all. A little bit of delay and the time sitting up here, and it's still warm out there.
It is still, well, yeah, it's pounding through the.
It's still warm in here now with the sun coming in the front, so I know it's warm out there.
Through the glass here for sure. Kristen Banks is now at the top end, and she has Dale Creasy Jr.
Now, Dale, they're talking about in the booth about you guys softening up the cars. Going into this first qualifying session, did you guys let off the clutch or horsepower any?
Yeah, we set it up like we did in Norwalk because the temperature was the same, the track temperature was the same. But this track hasn't had any nitro cars on it that run down there like we do in a long time, and they did good. It was good early. Car was running good early. It just got into that spot, and we'll have to make some changes and adjust to the racetrack because it's never the racetrack's fault. You just got to be smarter than them.
Can you tell me what changes you're going to make for that next session?
I'll have to look at it first, but it'll probably be in the clutch.
Y'all heard it here from Dale Creasy. Might alter the clutch a little bit. Back to you guys.
And by the way, if you happen to catch that shot right there while she was doing that interview, yes, that is his mother sitting in the back of the van there that is out here with him, and she is a proud mama for sure.
Boys aren't going racing if she's not going with them.
Great stuff, man.
Looks like they're going off the top end and getting ready to fire up the first pair of top fuel.
Yeah, I think we're good to go here. Talked about some clouds rolling in here, but her grandfather is legendary. The Hall of Famer, Chris, the Greek Kermasinas.
Yeah, I've heard of him. Yeah.
You've heard of that guy?
I heard of him. Yeah.
He's been around.
He's still around. I mean, that guy drove the car till, well, who knows how old, but
how about that
really
trailer?
Old.
That trailer.
Yeah.
Love the Greek, man. We had her on our show. We had a show called The Skinny there for a couple of years with my buddy Rico Elmore, and we had Krista on the show. And it was not easy to get Grandpa to help her out. He was not on board with the program when she wanted to race, but it's in her blood for sure. You won't find anybody any more enthusiastic about it than her. And she had to
ready to fire up the first pair of top fuel.
Yeah, I think we're good to go here. Talked about some clouds rolling in here, but now the clouds have rolled back out. I mean, the sky is pretty clear, so sun is back out here, and no doubt changing track temp as we speak. And once again, Kristen Beat is busy over there in the staging lanes.
Yeah, so this weekend, Lex June Racing has partnered with Save22.vet. And I spoke with Greta, his wife, also crew chief, earlier in the day, and I asked her for a couple from the Netherlands, what prompts you to support an American-based charity? And she said, we are so thankful to have the rights and the freedoms that we do, even as immigrants here in the United States. And she said, it is so important to say thank you to a veteran, and especially considering the mental health issues that some of these veterans battle after serving. They wanted to do their best to try to bring awareness to the Save22.vet Foundation. So if you guys want to support it, you can go to Save22.vet online and donate. But they're bringing out over 250 veterans to the race this weekend, guys.
Great story there for sure. We'll keep our eye on Lex, but yeah, we appreciate that. That partnership is awesome to try and get the word out there and help them out a bit. See if we can get this next one fired up here. Will Smith sitting alongside, debuted in Top Fuel in 2022, the U.S. Nationals, trying to get that thing fired up.
Yeah, I thought these were a pair, but evidently maybe they're not.
Yeah, they're not even trying, are they?
No, I thought maybe something was wrong, but it looks like it's going to be a single. Chuck Lofton, he's driving one of Mitch King's cars. Mitch King has two Top Fuel cars, so driving one for Mitch King. Mitch King will be later in the session, but
he's been in a funny car as well.
Yeah.
Debuted in a funny car 2019 with Terry Haddock doing the tuning. Won the Seafield and his Motivation Mustang at the Texas Motorplex last year at Nitro Chaos.
I think he's done some match races with Mitch, alongside Mitch. They've taken both dragsters and done some match racing, so it's his first opportunity to come out here and run the IHRA series. Making sure he knows he's on a single.
Top bulb lit. Here we go.
Look good. Might have been a planned shut off.
I was going to say, I was just going to ask you. I thought it seemed like a planned shut off for me as well.
Yeah, didn't really see anything going wrong, so evidently it's planned shut off. We can watch it again here in a little bit on a replay, but just initial. Looks like he was take it out there a little ways and shut it off, make sure everything's okay, and we'll come back and run it again later. I think it was Mitch up there with him, and he's two pairs back, so he's going to have to hustle.
Yeah. There's a lot of people up there on that starting line.
We'll take another look at it, see if we can see any reason why he shut it off. Looks good. I mean, that just had to be a planned shut off.
I mean, it yanked up the left front tire, planted the rear tires. It looked really good.
Let's see if we can get him to slow down on the incremental numbers erasing off the screen tomorrow, and see if we can't get a better idea of how it was running early.
Yeah, I'm going to make a little trip over there. It's next commercial break.
Yeah, it's clean. I mean, it's good. I'm going to guess they just told him to take it out there a ways and shut it off. 8 cars here, so there's not going to be somebody sitting on the sidelines. We got 8 Top Fuel cars. Everybody will get a race. 8-car field.
No point in hurting anything. Go out there, get some data, come back, and keep it happy. Will Smith now has fired up. Everything looks good.
A lot of these guys are new drivers, and this may be planned to make some singles, you know, give them some seat time before you pair them up.
I always love this story. And Will Smith, a former junior dragster league driver. The ladder. I mean, the ladder really does work, and a lot of kids started off there, you know, and have made their way up into the big ranks.
Yeah, you got to hand it to Will. He has the desire to do this. You know, that's all he dreams about is driving, racing, drag racing, and he's worked at it for a long time. And he rented Larry Dixon's dragster to race Indy, and is now hooked up with Luigi, and has driven this car 2 or 3 times now, and just whatever it takes, he's wanting to be out here. So good for him to come out here and give it a shot.
Worked on the Alanabi Racing team, the Pro Mod team, under legendary Shannon Jenkins, the Iceman. Sure you learned a lot there from that guy, one of the all-time greats. Went to the Frank Holly School of Drag Racing as well to get his license in Super Comp, Super Gas, so he really worked his way up through the classes. I'd say another plan shut off right there.
Little soft went left. 905, 60 foot. We should, you know, on a really good run, you'll see those down in the 850s, 840 area. So just softening it up, trying to get it to go. It kind of appears that the top fuel teams are going, let's go out there, get it so far down the track, shut it off. We'll come back tonight and try to go all the way. And like he said, there hasn't been fuel cars on this racetrack in a long time. They all need to kind of see what they got to work with.
Another replay here for you.
Looked identical to the other run. You know, just run it out there a ways and shut it off.
And once again, let's go up to the top with Kristen Banks.
I'm down here with Chuck Lofton. Now, Chuck, the guys in the booth were wondering, was that a planned shutdown in that run?
Yes, it was planned to go out there about 300 feet, step off of it, come back, service the car, get ready for tonight, and we'll take it out the back door tonight. We just want to make sure everything was good, and clutch worked good on the start line, and yeah, it was good. Everything really felt good. Didn't shake, didn't rattle. Just pulled real hard, and it was hard to step off of it. But you know, when you're a hired gun, you got to do what the general tells you, and that's what I did.
Hey, you did what the boss told you. Your whole crew came over there, very excited, hugging you. What does that feel like as a driver, coming off knowing you executed the plan well?
Oh, it's you know, you can't describe it. It's just they work so hard, and yeah, it just, you know, they're excited as much as I am. You know, I get all the glory, and, you know, they don't get the glory like we should all get.
It is a whole team effort out here. Congratulations, Chuck. We'll see you later tonight in that next run.
We'll see the Flames tonight. Thank you.
Couldn't be any happier, man. Grinning from ear to ear.
I want to thank Chuck for making us look like geniuses up here in this booth. Yes. No, it looked nice, and that's why he shut it off. I think it looks like a planned shut-off run. So I think we've seen 2 of those, and let's see if Cameron Ferre can go out here and make a full run, or if they're going to shut it off too. But we're going to see a full run before the session's over. I have faith.
So they're checking the right lane there to make sure that there is no fluid or debris down through there. And Ferre is lined up in the left lane, so should be good to go here pretty quickly. Out of Huntington Beach, California. Beautiful area out there in Southern California. One career final round appearance in fuel has been 388, 313. Has a great relationship with Terry Haddock.
Well, the last pair, I think, shut itself off. Looks like maybe it lost a blower belt. They're out there picking up pieces, and more than likely that's blower belt pieces. So we're only half geniuses, I guess.
Yeah, we're 50-50, dude. That's not bad.
Yeah, so 50-50 is pretty good, I guess, yeah.
Cameron also working his way up through the ranks. Sportsman win. Getting things ready to go here with Mitch's car as well. Now, we talked about him being a candy maker, also has an ice cream parlor.
Donnie Bender usually helps Mitch and tunes this car with him. And Donnie was here earlier this week helping make sure everything was ready to go. He took off. I think he went to New York. He's going to help Todd Payton do some match racing up there and be back tomorrow to help Mitch run the finals.
Wow.
Busy weekend. Tony Shortall helping Mike McIntyre doing the same thing.
I saw Tony over there yesterday.
Yep.
And
he's not here today. He's up with Larry Dixon.
He's doing working on the two-seater, right?
Yep, that's where he's at today. He'll be back in here tomorrow as well. You're on your own, boys. Jake Sanders looks like he's filling in for Donnie Bender here today. So important to try to go down the racetrack on this first run. Get the data. It just dictates your whole weekend on how your outlook is in tuning, and now with only 2 qualifying runs, even more important.
I would anticipate Mitch running all the way through there. Find out how things go.
Well, as you heard, when the boss runs, he can do what he wants, right? Well, if you're a hired driver, you shut it off. So here's the boss. Let's see what the boss says.
That's very true. Yeah, and that's one of those deals. It could be a planned shut off, but when it feels good, foot stays in. Quick pedal job there by King, then lost it. 470, 270 miles an hour, doubling out of the throttle down there at the end on the left lane for Cameron Foray.
Both cars pretty soft early, just trying to go down the racetrack, but still a little struggle. After this first session, I'm go down there and tell them, put some glue on this baby, let's go. But get the little heat out of it, it'll be fine.
Yeah, we're going to show you another one here, another replay of that one.
You definitely heard somebody pedaling out there.
Yeah, I really thought Mitch pedaled it there early on.
Yep,
there it is.
Right there, you can see it.
Went out.
Blades up and down. That's where the owner came in and said, don't pedal it. You're going to blow it up and cost me a lot of money.
Yeah. And one more time, let's get it over to Kristen Beat.
Standing by with the beautiful top fuel of Scott Palmer. I checked in with his crew chief, Todd Harris, a moment ago. He said the goal is to just keep it nice and soft going into this first round of qualifying. I also asked him how the PBR sponsorship came to be. It turns out that Todd is really close with a lot of the bull riders. So he pulled an audible with some of his friends and got PBR on the side of this beautiful dragster this weekend.
Yeah, super cool. Yeah, I read an article where they asked him, like, they were shaking hands, they were doing the deal, and they said, can you ride a horse? And he said, absolutely not. I've never rode a horse in my life. Yeah, let alone a bull. I don't know, that thing's kind of a bull.
Yeah,
I mean, his Pro Mod cars, you know, he's gone for a couple of bull rides in those things.
The horns got him on that.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, the PBR had a great event for all the racers last night at their restaurant and nightclub here in town, and I heard everybody had a great time, and some people might have had too good a time. So, really early morning for some people. I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about others.
No, we were good.
Yeah, no.
We were good.
I got back to the hotel, and that air conditioning felt really nice. Here we go. Light them up.
The Flying Dutchman, Lex June. Put some fire inside of his. Born in Amsterdam, now lives in Indianapolis. Merv Kenny car. This car actually built for Corey McClenathan when he drove for David Baca. RPMs there for Krista.
Lex can't get it in reverse. Gonna have to go on down the track, get out of the try to get it out of the way. It's not hold up, Krista.
Got to be the worst feeling.
Yeah, something in the clutch probably wouldn't allow it to go back in reverse. Looks like it was. I sounded like it was idling. Yeah, it sounded like it was idling pretty high.
When it idles that high, can you get it out of gear and get it in reverse?
Yeah, it's pretty tough. Sometimes it starts dragging the clutch. It's centrifugal clutch, so it's RPM driven. And if it's up too high, this clutch starts dragging. There's not enough gap in the clutch, and there's nothing you can do. You know, Betty right now, he's wishing the crew member would have got down there and tried to close the blades a little bit. You can pull the fuel on. There's a few tricks you can do, but it sounded pretty high.
Proud of the fact that she's the only woman owner-driver.
Purchased this operation from Pat Dakin. This car knows this. It's an Ohio car, originally. Dayton area.
So it's comfortable here at home?
Yeah. Spencer Massey's driven this car the last few races. Let's see what Krista can do in it. Man, it looked good early. There we go, 883. They weren't being shy. They were going after it. 883, best 60 foot by far we've seen. And again, out there, 200 feet, coming loose. So
really comfortable too, out of the throttle immediately as soon as it hit the tire. So nice job by her.
Sounded good. Car revved up nice, 883. Definitely the most aggressive car we've seen so far.
About where the clutch comes in right there?
Start moving it. Let's probably just a hair before that, but that's when it starts pulling down.
And Scott Palmer. We're going to give you a quick replay of that last run as Scott Palmer is fired up here. And Doug Foley.
Yeah, drove it out of the groove a little bit to the right. You can see when she hit the gas, it washed out a little bit, headed to the right. The track is so tricky right now that any little bit out of the groove is probably going to make it come loose. So just a little bit, and it started to spin the tires. It was close.
Both of them pretty far down the track there, and it looks like Palmer might be struggling trying to find
have another one. Can't get it back up.
Known as the People's Champ.
Still struggling
and
with it.
Still sitting there. They're fighting with it, trying to get it there. They're going to have to push it back.
They're trying to push it back.
That's a get it done at all costs team right there.
You're going to have to hustle.
Near life-ending crash in August of 23. Certainly put the motto of the team to the test. No sissies allowed on Scott Palmer Racing's team, and he was he had to fight back, man. There is no doubt about it, but he did so. Got back in the car. Also, by the way, owner of a Top Fuel Hydro boat as well, Liquid Voodoo, one of the fastest boats on the planet. Matter of fact, I want to say technically the second fastest on the planet. Upwards in the 270 mile per hour range. And definitely problems.
Shutting it off. Yeah, I'm going to shut it off.
Yeah, frustration for the team. That's horrible. That sucks. Doug Foley sitting alongside. And they're going to send him on a single. They just told him that. Foley, as we talked about, the top 10 of all time.
That's what.
Oh, man, he was right there. A good looking pull right there.
856. Now that's what we're talking about. Getting it. Track is obviously very good on the starting line. A little marginal out in the middle. They were trying to just. I'm sure they were trying to get the car moving, slow everything down, stop the clutch, get it through that area, and then go again. And almost got it right. I have a feeling Scott's car wouldn't go back or forward is why they shut it off. It may have went into neutral after the burnout. There's an option that these cars lock up on the racetrack. You can go to a neutral position, but once you do, there's no getting it back in gear while the car's running. So that may have been what went wrong with Scott's car. It may have went through neutral after the burnout because it didn't look like it was going forward or backwards.
And Kristen Banks is up at the top end with another lady, and Krista Baldwin.
I'm up here with Krista Baldwin. Krista, you got the title as most aggressive driver so far. How does that make you feel?
You know, this track is super tricky, especially with this oil down that we had to go through. But you know what? My team is getting it, and especially since we got aggressive 60-foot, you know, the rest is in the tank. So, but, oh, man, it feels great to hit the gas again. It's been a long time since I've been in a top fuel car, so it's nice to knock the cobwebs off. But, shoot, thanks to Redline Oil and Spell Paving and Pete Dove with the fuel, and that Composite Specialties Cheetah injector is working marvelous.
I was about to tell them that she has cheetah eyes on her injector, so you know she's going to come out meaning business. We can't wait to see it later tonight.
Always such a great attitude on here. She's out here living her dream for sure.
We'll have to find out if we can see what happened with Scott's car. Let's run back to the pits and see exactly what the cause was.
Trying to find out what. Oh, yeah, no worries. I'm going to send Kristen Beat over there.
Now the pressure's on. No time, not in the show. Got to take that light, man. Get her staged. So Scott will come up here and just take the tree next time and make sure it gets off the starting line. And if I know him, he's not going to. He's going to go up here and try to go up, make a good run.
So I think that's it for the fuel cars.
Yep, that's it.
And round number 1 of qualifying for the pros. So we'll take a quick commercial break here as well. Give everybody a chance to regroup. Find out what our next class is going to be that's going to roll through the tunnel here. Get them lined up. Stay with us here, having a great time as we kick off the 2025 season with the IHRA. We'll be right back.
Now we moved to funny car.
Go to fuel.
Fuel funny car. I see one under the tower. And I see lights. Looks like they're trying to come back on. Here they come.
A little bit at a time.
I can tell you from a lot of years driving a fuel funny car, you want the lights on. It's hard enough to see without the. It's hard enough to see with all the lights.
It's really dark back in there. They pull the body down.
The car's going down through there. It's wearing clutch dust filling the car. It gets really dark down through the track. You need all the help you can get. There's a lot of runs you drive more off the guardrail, looking at the white guardrail out the side windows, kind of judging your distance from it.
Let's head down to Kristen, up to Kristen with our number 1 qualified motorcycle.
All right, and let's head up to Kristen here one more time. I believe she's with Bob Malloy. Great run out of him in that Nitro Pro.
Great run. Here with Bob Malloy at the top end. Great run. You're now the fastest qualifier in that top fuel and Harley class. You got off and you knew you're going fast.
It felt really good. I haven't been on this bike in 2 years. I've been riding another bike for the last 2 years. So this opportunity came up, brought the bike back out, and it ran good when we put it away. So I'm excited.
What is it about your setup that's working?
Well, it's tried and true. Like I have the NHRA record, so it's not like it's never run good before. But I moved on to a real top fuel bike that I've been running for the last 2 years, and I was really anxious to bring this back and see how it was going to run.
Well, congratulations. You hold that top spot going into tomorrow. You'll give it up for Bob Malloy.
Thank you.
Spectacular effort, man. No doubt about it. Wonderful job. So, soft-spoken guy, but carries a big stick.
You look at a guy like him and go, rides a fuel bike? Right. Sure he does.
Yeah, you wouldn't connect the dots on that one.
Looks like Todd Barker coming to the starting line. Lights are getting close. It's getting brighter. Even with the tinted windows, I can tell it's getting brighter out there.
Yeah, Todd Barker, unfortunately, not able to get down through there last time. We'll see if he can get a little better run here this time. Yeah, lights over the main grandstands are just about back up to full steam. Some lights on back here with the tower once again, so I think we're good to go here. Jody Austin also pulling up. Currently sitting number 7 and number 8. However, that can change very quickly here. Number 1 qualifier as it stands right now, Joey Haas. 498 with 6 on the board. Not big speed.
Yeah, we didn't see a lot of cars get past the 200 or 300 foot mark.
Yeah, they
all coming loose.
And it seemed like a number of the fuel dragsters got off the line well, but as soon as the clutch tried to come in, it just would hit the tires. So we'll see if they can get them locked up and send it down through there as well.
Conditions are obviously better now. Tracks, we've seen improvement in every category. So guys wanting a shot at it here.
So they'll hover around that thing. They will they'll get the starters put on them. Battery packs hooked up. Rotate these things over. Squirt a little gas in there, right?
Yeah, looks like we're about ready to go. Here we go.
Here we go. One turning over now. Jody Austin ready to make some noise. I saw that thing turning over.
Yeah, looks like there's an issue with something. All right, looks like it's all fixed and ready to go.
Like Todd Barker's team is waiting to make sure that Jody Austin's ready to rip. We're going to get that thing started up and turn it over again, and it is not firing.
There we go. I see the air bottle coming on. And here we go. Maybe. Whoa. Shooting some serious flame out of that thing when it fired up.
quite possibly just a single here for Jody Austin, as it does not look like Todd Barker's going to fire this one up right now.
Oh, there we go. I think he was just waiting to make sure everything was going to go smooth. There we go.
Really, yep.
Last pass, Jody had a lot of trouble. He was having to give it throttle to get the car to move. I noticed there still seemed to be giving it a little bit of throttle to get it to roll forward for the burnout.
He's carefully letting that body down. I'm sure paying attention to the linkage as well whenever they set it down on there.
Nice short, quick little burnout. Throttle's hung. There we go. Crew member pushing on the blades, getting her back down, the idle back down. You can tell that these two guys have run a lot of chaos and nostalgia stuff. Nobody's up. Take the throttle stop off and send them.
We'll find out how they do here. As we said before, sitting number 7, sitting number 8, and Todd Barker, as Tommy had documented there last time, just not able to get down through there under power. So hopefully both have a much better run right here. Right lane charges down through there. 468 with an 8, 255 miles per hour. Much better effort for sure. Good enough to put him to the top of the field. And Jody Austin gets it down through there. Not all the way before it burnt out there, but 613 with the 718. Clearly mile per hour way down, but took off and legged it down through there. I'd say 8th mile or so.
Yeah, not a bad run for either one. They were Todd's car was running pretty decent early, and pretty sure he didn't make it all the way at only 255, but huge improvement over the first session.
Oh, yeah, well,
he clicked her.
Yep.
Clicked her about 800 feet, it looked like. Just got to pass the 8th mile mark and clicking it off.
He was going over towards the right a bit.
Not a lot of runs in that car, so still feeling it out, making sure get it down through there, come back, read the data, and big improvement and ready to go for tomorrow.
Yeah, good smart pass.
It's a late night. These guys got work to do yet tonight.
What is the turnaround time? After a pass like that, they'll go back to the pits. What will it take them to get that thing ready to go, to do it properly and get it ready to go? I mean, obviously, they've got some time tomorrow as well, but provided nothing's hurt, you go back in, check it, make sure nothing big is hurt, and then prep it tomorrow, or will they get it all done tonight?
No, they won't do it all tonight. I would assume it's pretty late out here, and they'll go back, do the bare minimum tonight. You know, drain the oil out of it, maybe knock the pistons out of the block, and get the clutch out of it. Kind of see if there's anything wrong or any damage or anything that needs major attention. But just get it tore down and then put it in the box and come back out here tomorrow, and when you're fresh, and put it back together and get ready for first round. So.
No mistakes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everybody's tired out. It's been hot. Everybody's tired. It's a prime opportunity to make mistakes. So let's not do that. Let's come back tomorrow and do it right. But you still got to tear it down. Still a certain amount of work to do tonight. Little tire pressure adjustment to Mike McIntyre's car coming up in the left-hand lane. Jack Wyatt, right-hand lane. Both the cars having trouble just like everybody the first run, but Jack Wyatt especially does a lot of match racing throughout the season on tracks that probably aren't optimal for fuel funny cars. So Jack should have a better opportunity to figure these kind of conditions out today, and look Look forward to probably Jack making a lot better run than he had earlier today.
And one more time, Kristen has been busy up there. She now has Todd Barker. And unfortunately cannot hear Kristen. See if we can get that thing sorted out and try it one more time. She still has a ton of energy up there.
She got a lot more than I got right now. I'm thinking she's hiding some energy drinks somewhere.
She might be. Yeah, not much Jack Wyatt hasn't seen somewhere along the way in his career. And you know, man, I mean, even running back in the 80s, the lighting was nothing like it is today.
Not even close. No,
So one more time, we will get it to the top end. We believe we have things sorted up there. Kristen, let it go.
I'm at the top end with Todd Barker, and guess who has more energy than me? His team. They're pumped. You're at the top of the board. How great does it feel?
Hey, it's been a lot of work, a lot of hot, sweaty work. I mean, it's been a heck of a day. We've had a good car. We just had to get everything kind of just to make it all talk to itself and make it do what it needed to do. Our tuner, Jake Sanders, he put a little more in it. He said, I think the track will take it. So we turned it up, and we tried to do all we could get out of it on the deal. It ended up wiping the belt out. We was looking at that already, so it had a little bit more. So we'll be back again tomorrow for some more of this fun.
All right, so there's some damage in the car that needs to be fixed. When are you guys doing it? Is it going to be tonight? You going to stay up late, or is it going to be tomorrow?
We'll do it tonight. It'll all be ready to go in the morning. We'll go home, or we'll go back to the Airbnb and spend the night there, and then we'll get up early in the morning, come back out, do the rest of the little maintenance. You got a little oil change and different things you do on the deal, but other than that, hey, it'll be ready to rock and roll.
All right, so what time are you going to bed, and what time are you waking up?
We'll go to bed about 2 o'clock at night here, and we'll get up about 6 o'clock in the morning.
All right, that's Todd Baker, your number one.
Yep, number one right now.
Right now, keyword.
That's a fast pass, but it ain't fast enough, not with these boys.
Back to you guys.
He's having a blast, man.
Yeah, you can tell.
The fun he's having, man. I mean, honestly, it's with all the work and that you put in to get back out here and have somebody smiling and that happy. And that's what makes it worthwhile, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's, the adrenaline's still kicking in right there. You hit the throttle on these things, and the adrenaline goes through the moon, and that's where they're getting all the energy. You're Superman when you come out of that roof hatch.
Yeah, you see all those, those interviews at the top end. They're on fire. They're talking as fast as they were just thinking, driving. Happy for them. Glad they got a good run.
Patiently waiting on the starting line to fire the next pair.
So, yeah, not a whole bunch of sleep if you want to join one of these race teams. You're just thinking, oh, it's going to be fun. We're going to go racing and hang out for the weekend. It is it is about the passion.
Sleep is optional.
Yes. Yeah. I was told at some point in time, some days you have to sleep fast.
This is a pretty fast-paced sport, so yeah, if you're going to sleep fast, this is the right place to do it.
You got to sleep fast. You got to get it in fast so you can get up and get after it tomorrow.
I had dinner pretty fast a little while ago. Shoveled that in real quick in between pairs.
2 commercial breaks, and we had dinner. Oh, Thomas was going to bring us a beer. What happened to that?
Yeah. He's back on his tractor.
Probably has some hooch and back in the barn somewhere. Corn liquor.
Well, no worries, everybody. The lights are still on. That's not the delay right now, so hopefully they'll be firing these pair up relatively shortly.
Waiting on timing and scoring keeps this firing out.
Yeah, we see it. Team's waiting patiently. Looks like Doug Foley down there as well. Doug got off to a great start there in his first effort. Looked like he was going to drive it down through there and kicked it off just a little bit. Just right there around the 330 mark. Finally blew the tire off of it. But certainly got out of the hole good.
Guys, let's down to Kristen Beat, who is the
Yeah, I think we're ready to go.
Cars are fired. Mike McIntyre, left-hand lane. McAttack, Ohio-based team. You know he'd love to win this race. Based out of Ohio.
Absolutely. Always feels better at home, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Probably nobody in the family and friends section here for him this weekend. Full house, probably. Good-looking car.
Yeah, beautiful Toyota Camry there as they back up. Currently sitting number 8, went 6:45 first time around. Again, as Tommy talked about earlier, not many of them making it out of the back gate. I don't know if anybody made it out of the gate yet, but McIntyre struggling there just a little bit, along with Jack Wyatt as well at a 6:26.
Tony Shortall wasn't here for the first run today. Now he is here for the second run. See if his assistance will help him out a little bit. Get that car further down the racetrack.
Nice flick out of both of them right there. 407, 309 mile per hour. 435 on the other side. Nice lick too, 228. Nicely done as McIntyre goes to the top of the heap there. 435 with the 228. 0.34 for Jack Wyatt. Nice lap there for Jack Wyatt. We'll show you a replay here at home as well. Thundering down through there at 309.
That's what we've been waiting for all day. See a fuel car all the way down there. 309 miles per hour. Nice looking run. Car left. Nice and smooth. Straight. Both cars making a move. Mike's car making a little move to the right. Flicked it a hair early. 309. That looks like he shut off a little early to me. He's going to be happy with that run.
Yeah, big improvement. No question about that. So congratulations to that team. And Kristen B still working hard. She's with the crew chief for Lex June.
Gerda June, not only his crew chief, but also his wife, Gerda. The track dramatically different than what we saw earlier in the day. What kind of adjustments did you make, if any?
So we changed a little bit of ignition. We changed some compression on it, and we changed something on the clutch. We turned some flows open. Let's see if it holds. I think I should have changed the blower pulleys again because it's really now getting cooler. I'm not going to say it's cold because it's been smoking hot all day. If it sticks, then it's going to go. I don't care what time it is. If it is 3 o'clock in the morning, we'll run. The fans deserve it, and we're happy to be here. We'll do this for our veterans. we thank them for their service, and we're very happy to be here.
Gerda, thank you so much for the insight, and best of luck to Lex. Earlier in the day, also, Gerda had told me, she said, listen, it's hot, it's late, but we love being here. We love what we do. We're going to do it for the fans.
Love the attitude, no doubt about it. As the next pair up here is ready to go, Dale Creasy Jr. and Terry Haddock.
All these guys sitting back here see that run up there and see the numbers that came up, and now they're all chomping a bit. Get out of the way. It's my turn. Let me take a shot.
And how about this? Let's go up to Kristen Banks with a happy McIntyre.
I'm down here, otherwise known as Mac Attack or Mike McIntyre Jr. We like Mac Attack better because you just attacked that run 309 miles per hour. What does it feel like to be behind that wheel?
It was fast. When it's dark, it's real fast. These things are fast during the day, and at night, it's a whole different beast. You got the flames up by the side windows, and it's dark. She was cruising. It was a good run.
What can we expect from the Mac Attack out there tomorrow?
Hopefully more of the same. It's going to be hot again. We got to figure that out. And, hopefully we go some rounds and we get to talk to you a bunch more tomorrow.
Well, congratulations. We look forward to talking to you tomorrow. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Kristen. Congrats to those guys. Got to feel good. These two are thinking, okay.
Now they know what's out there.
Guys have been racing each other for a long time.
After that first qualifying session, I'm pretty sure I don't think we're going to see Terry Haddock try to pedal it again.
He had a pretty big move there, no doubt, man. He was obviously in the left lane as they swap lanes here for the second session.
That racer comes out in everybody. We stopped and talked to Terry yesterday, asked him his approach, what he's going to do. 2 qualifying runs. What's your approach? Take it conservative. Just go out there and try to go down the racetrack and be conservative, not hurt any parts. What do we see him do when the racer gets strapped in the car? Goes out and pedals it, gets it sideways, about tags the wall. That's all great until they start it.
Creasy right up there. Haddock right behind him. Both teams ready to go. Both cars ready to go.
Final adjustments on the wheelie bar. Turn of the screw, and here we go.
Oh, Creasy over there by the center line. Haddock's going to drive it down through there. And Haddock puts a 416 with a 2 on the board, 286 miles an hour. Creasy with a 465.
Those dreaded blocks.
Those dreaded blocks.
You can see Dale's car making a decent run early and just kept working its way over towards the center line, working its way over to the center line. And it's tough to see out there at night. I don't know if it put a hole out and pulled him on over even further, but another set of blocks gone. And
car magnets in them white center lines there tonight.
Terry's car looked really nice. Got a little funny down there towards the top end. The flames got awful big. Clicked it off reasonably early, so not a bad run. 416, only 286.
Yeah, Creasy's car really took that thing to the center line in a couple of moves there. I didn't see it lose a hole. So I thought maybe it would have lost a hole and pushed it over, but it looked like they were all lit.
It's pretty tough in a funny car at nighttime. I mean, it probably made a little move, and he might have lost the vision just for a little bit. As far as picking a point, it's if you happen to have a distraction and you change your vision for just a little second in there, these cars are accelerating so fast that you try to gain back. Okay, where was we going again? And by that time it's already, when you think it's moved 6-8 inches, it's moved 6 feet. That's how fast they accelerate. So if you get behind it at all, it's going to get you in trouble. And the cones are going to hate you.
And I would think early on, pretty difficult to steer one, especially if it's, the front end really, really light. Can you put some wheel in it and bring it back?
Yeah, you can get after it and snap it pretty good and get it back. Yeah, it's like we saw them adjusting the wheelie bar. You don't want the front end too high in the air. It'll maybe just be dangling it, and you can still get it back. Just got to catch it really soon in the run when it starts to make a move like that. If they get too far over, it gets out of the groove a little bit, then you got one tire driving hard, the other one not, and it's going to push it even faster. One more pair, funny car.
Smells good in here. getting some nitro fumes and bleeding through. And once again, let's get it down to Kristen Banks. She's with Terry Haddock, holding the #1 plate.
At the top end, Terry Haddock Jr. Now, man, you just had a nice little pass out there, but you didn't look too excited when I told you your number's 416. You want better than that?
It should have run better than that, but I crippled it a bunch to make sure we got down the racetrack and put on a show for everybody, and that'll actually help for tomorrow because first round, I think, is at 5 o'clock when it's hotter, so that was a slow time pass. That's what we should have done on the first run, so we'll do better tomorrow, but we're grateful for the opportunity to be here. We're blessed that we get to do this. Thank you for these people for what they're putting on, the show for us, a place for us to race. This is amazing. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for staying out here and putting down a great run to end the night. Back to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Kristen. Terry, just happy to be at a racetrack, man.
Anytime he gets to hit a throttle, he's happy.
Yeah. So once again, we'll get up there and we'll replace some cones, get things swept up and cleaned up. One more pair sitting up here, Joey Haas and Dale Worsham. Joey, a #1 qualifier up to the first session with that 498.6, and still out of the throttle there. Dale Worsham right there chasing him at a 5:05. Great to see Dale back in the car. And looks like we're going to give these guys a chance to get things going here one more time. We're going to take a quick break, and it will not be too long. We'll get back here. Promise you we will see this next pair. Stay with us. For this final pair, funny car.
Dale Worsham in the right-hand lane, Joey Haas in the left-hand lane.
All right, body's back down, ready to go. See if these guys can drive them out of the gate. Dale's car was making a move. Unfortunately, came back towards the center line. He clicked that one off plenty early enough to keep it out of trouble for sure. And Joey Haas goes out there, puts a 428.9 on the board, 279.
Not a bad run for Joey, 428, 279. And you can see why Dale Worsham has won all those races, and that's such a good funny car driver. Got it out there, started making a move to the left, knew when to say when, and shut it off.
Wasn't going to happen. Looked like it made a nice move, though. We lose our progressive so quickly. I would love to see down through there and see what the 60-foot was and the 330, but we don't have control over the screen, so it's frustrating sometimes, but is what it is.
It was making a nice run, trust me. It was really left good, was pulling away from Joey.
Yeah, he was out on Joey. I mean, that's what I was looking at for sure.
There we go. Still a little soft in the 60-foot, 910. 235, so it's running pretty decent at 330. Wasn't record-breaking run, but wasn't bad either. Good enough numbers to, for sure, go challenge for #1 spot. Just made that move to the left, and Dale clicking it off.
Awesome. We appreciate you putting those numbers back on the screen for us. So that'll bring up top fuel. We have one category yet to go. I'm sure that Kristen Banks is up there, and we'll grab one of our drivers. We'll see if she's able to get Dell or Joey.
Scott Palmer, he's definitely wanting this run after not getting one the first run.
Yeah. And as you called that, I mean, it just ended up in neutral and could not get the thing back in gear, as you had talked about, as you documented there. Tony Shortle getting a good handle in that. There's Todd Haas out there. I was talking about the Liquid Voodoo, the top fuel hydro boat, and Todd Haas standing right alongside Tony Shortall there is the crew chief on that top fuel hydro boat. He can definitely get one down through there over 270 miles an hour.
I'm sure Tony's back here after being gone all day and can come back for that last run, and he's going to take 100% total credit for that #1 qualifying position. Yeah. I know I would. Looks like we're going to go out and drag real quick before we fire off top fuel.
Give them a quick cleanup.
Stand by to head up to Kristen Banks. Stand by.
So that'll bring up top fuel. We have one category yet to go. I'm sure that Kristen Banks is up there, and we'll grab one of our drivers. We'll see if she's able to get Dell or Joey.
Scott Palmer, he's definitely wanting this run after not getting one the first run.
Yeah. And as you called that, I mean, it just ended up in neutral and could not get the thing back in gear, as you had talked about, as you documented there. Tony Shortle getting a good handle in that. There's Todd Haas out there. I was talking about the Liquid Voodoo, the top fuel hydro boat, and Todd Haas standing right alongside Tony Shortall there is the crew chief on that top fuel hydro boat. He can definitely get one down through there over 270 miles an hour.
I'm sure Tony's back here after being gone all day and can come back for that last run, and he's going to take 100% total credit for that #1 qualifying position. Yeah. I know I would. Looks like we're going to go out and drag real quick before we fire off top fuel.
Give them a quick cleanup.
Stand by to head up to Kristen Banks. Stand by.
And as anticipated, Kristen Banks up there working away. Great job for her. Had a lot of fun up there, talking to some people that were pretty happy with their efforts here tonight.
Yes. All right, ready, let's go, set up.
So let's get it up there to Kristen.
Up at the top end with Joey Haas, 428 and 279 miles per hour. I told you that, and you said really what was going through your head.
Well, 428 is really exactly what we dialed. I couldn't really tell where I was at the finish line. It was chattering pretty good, so I just kind of went with what I knew, and that was about where I knew I was. But I might have lifted a little early. We'll have to look at the computer, but that's a good run for us. That actually ties our career best to 1,000 feet, so we're happy.
Now, if you did lift early, what changes would your team make?
I will just get a little more aggressive. We're on a low budget. We're out here trying to compete with these guys, and I think we've got a consistent car that can go to the finish line. And if we can do 3 rounds tomorrow, I think we got a chance of winning this deal.
Well, congratulations on that great run, and good luck tomorrow. Back to you guys.
Yeah, great run for them. If they can match a career best, and maybe did click it a little bit early there. Something left in it. Have a good run tomorrow. Nice job. And Mountain Motor Pro Stock replay here, and we'll show you what the ladder is going to look like for tomorrow during competition. Now, once again, one of the cars swapping lanes there and drove back and took out a couple of the cones along the way. Kind of the MO for the day.
I'm going to have dreams about cones tonight.
A little side-by-side action there. And nice class. Good turnout here from Mountain Motor Pro Stock. Good effort. We appreciate them coming out here doing what they do.
Yeah, originally scheduled for an 8-car field. Now it's everybody gets to race. 14 cars.
It's an all-skate. Jeremy Huffman at the end of the day puts that one up on top of the sheets. Great job for him. Square up with Larry Pierce and the number 14 hole. So 14 cars on that 16-car ladder there. And number 2 is Dwayne Rice over there on the other side of the ladder. We'll line up alongside Johnny Placino. Placino just not able to put one together. Very, very talented driver. Very good team. So that's one of those teams, one of those cars from the 13 hole tomorrow that could really make some noise, man.
Don't see it having trouble 3 runs in a row. More than likely he's going to get it put together tomorrow and pull off a big surprise. I mean today.
Nice.
Yeah.
As we're reminded that tomorrow has already begun. And we'll take a look at the Top Fuel qualifying results from session number 1.
Two cars not making it that last time. Lex June couldn't get it in reverse, had to idle on down the racetrack. Scott Palmer went to neutral after the burnout. Couldn't get it in reverse, couldn't get it in forward, so I had to shut him off on the starting line. So 6 cars making it. First attempt. 2 more wanting their shot at it this time.
Yeah, Chris Baldwin went down through there, as we talked about before. A number of the cars hit the tire fairly early on, around the 3:30 mark. But she was super happy to get back inside of the car and be able to stand on the throttle and shake some of the rust off, if you will, get the cobwebs out and get your head back in the game. So, but she looked good. I mean, she got out of throttle quickly. Everything was went the way it should go. So they'll make some adjustments here. They'll have a better, tighter track here, and should be a good session.
Making a few laps with the rotator just to make sure and give everybody in Top Fuel a good shot. It's a little late. Want to make sure the track's in good condition for them.
Waited this long. Might as well give them a good track.
Well, what's another 5 minutes right now? I still see that drone flying up there. That thing must have some pretty good batteries.
Yeah. Comes a scooter brigade. Back up the track, and looks like he's going to make another lap here. One more lap, we're told. White flag's out. Those tires got some serious use today.
Yes, they have.
4 more of those come tomorrow.
I think we've officially outlasted the band.
Yeah, even they said that's.
Yeah, they threw in the towel a little while ago.
That's enough. I just saw the drone go back to home base too. I think they're rebattering. Put another battery in that bad boy.
Let's finish strong. We got this. Let's do it.
Shut up. Burnouts have begun here. Final session for the top fuel category. Cameron Bray was up top here. See if he can hang on to this one, or if everybody's going to eclipse it. Nobody really got down through there to speak of in that first lap.
Funny Cars showed us the track is much better now.
Track much better, for sure.
We'll look forward to seeing several of these top fuel cars make a full pole this time. Here we go, pulling in. Left pretty good, then started to go south, and Lex making the wise decision to shut it off. You could really hear the motor pull down on it. Not running real smooth on them all 8. Glad to see Lex shut that off, and
still goes a bit quicker to 460.
Yeah. Well, it went to number 1. That tells you how rough that first session was. 461, shutting it off way early, and still number 1.
Yeah, good effort there. Top speed as well.
Let's not get crazy.
Take the positives where you can find them, man. All right, we'll see if Scott Palmer can fire this thing up and get it down through there.
Take a look here and see if you can see the header flames made a drastic change. And yep, fluttered there a little bit. Down they come. You could hear the motor going south. So wise decision to shut it off. Not damage a lot of parts. Maybe they can go home and get some sleep and come back for tomorrow.
Couple of drag boat guys on this car. Bobby Cordoza as well. I say drag boat guys, I mean Top Fuel Hydro, the big dogs there. Bobby's been doing it for a long time, and as I talked about before, Todd Haas out there.
Scott's way far over to the inside of the groove there. They're trying to get him over there. Still got to go a little more. That's. I don't think Scott's paying attention to him. He didn't really care what they were telling him to go. I think he's got his own decision where he wants to go. Not sure anybody told him to go ahead. I think they need to run up there and tell him.
Yep.
Yeah, I think they just figured it out.
Ate that one up.
Yeah, it looks like I might have pushed the head gasket out there on the top end. 395.267. Good enough for number one, but it was on a pretty good run early, and it looks like I went a little lean down there and maybe pushed the head gasket out of it. The car was creeping on Scott as he was staging. I was hoping it wouldn't roll through the beams before the tree come on.
Pulls it off to the side just in case. Sure he felt it lay over there. Go back and take a look at this one.
Flames are nice and pretty. Getting a little green there. You can see the head gasket come out of it right there. Nice big green flash from that copper coming out the back of the engine probably. Scott did a good job. He knew the thing laid over, done something was wrong, and got right over to the right and out of the groove. So that's good on Scott to do that. He knows how long a day it's been so far. So get her over to the right, Scott. Good job.
Wish everybody out there checking that right lane just to make sure it is safe before we send the next cars. We'll feature Krista Baldwin and Doug Foley.
I'm not sure everybody's going to run this session. I think some people are okay with their ETs from the first round and come out here tomorrow and see what we got. All good. Give them the fire signal.
And Kristen is up at the top end with Lex June real quickly here before we send this next pair.
I'm here at the top end with Lex June, 461. What went behind the decision to shut it off early?
Well, the main thing right now was to qualify the car, so that's what we did, and it headed to the center line. If it would have been a race, I would have kept running, but I don't want to run over blocks, and people need to stay longer here. So I thought it was good enough. It left really hard, wheels up in the air. I was really happy with that, and I thought, you know what, let's call it a night.
Let's call it a night. I think it's time for bed. We're going to go back to the booth because we have a couple more.
I'm with Lex.
Tommy likes to play Lex. Well, we'll see if these two can get it down through there. As we were talking about before, we thought Doug Foley was really, really close to getting it down through there in the heat of the day. But it did finally hit the tires, and Krista really wasn't much shorter where she hit the tires either. I mean, really pretty close. We'll see. I think they were pretty close too, so we'll see if she can get it down through there.
Yeah, that first session, both these cars, early numbers were pretty similar. Doug's car was obviously the best car of the round early in the run, and both coming loose about the same spot, a couple hundred feet down track. But these two cars were probably on the quickest runs of that first session, so it'll be nice to see what they can do with these cooler track conditions tonight. Not sure if it's our last pair or not.
Yeah, we can't see under the tunnel here.
Got a nice audience up there.
Foley lost his right at the hit.
Krista's car was on a really nice run. 878, 225. Was making a nice, solid run down through there. I didn't see the Foley's car. You couldn't see it from the angle we were at. A lot of people up on the start line, but didn't go very far. Shut it off right away. I didn't see tire smoke, so something must have broke.
Obviously didn't get all the way through there. Krista still ends up in the number 2 slot. Foley cruising down there as well. Yeah, Foley eating something up there.
Yeah, it's just
right away.
Saw the flames go up and flames go back down.
Tomorrow morning, we have an 11 a.m. start time, and it is final eliminations. We'll crown champion here.
I think that might be a wrap. Yeah, there's something broke on the right-hand side of the engine. A lot of smoke coming out of the pipes on Doug's car. Chris's car having an issue on down further in the track.
Yeah, and it looked like the left bank there on Foley's car went silent right away.
And that's it. All the other Top Fuel cars electing not to make this session, so that's a wrap.
That is a wrap. It has been one heck of a day.
Yeah, definitely some smoke coming out of the right side pipes. Something breaking on Doug's car.
Yeah, that's fine. And then what time do we want to get back here? We can tell them what time you get started. They start at 8. So yeah, wrapping things up here, of course. I think we might get one more interview out of Kristen. Is Kristen Banks still up there at the top end? We'll see if she can grab one of the last couple of guys here to let everybody know. We will start the stream here one more time tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. As the Pro-Am cars will be out here for eliminations. They'll get things going.
On Speed Sport 2?
That is on Speed Sport 2, yes, correct.
We will run Speed Sport 2 all through the afternoon. First round of eliminations be on Speed Sport 2. Then after that, we'll switch over. Speed Sport 1, 6 o'clock tomorrow night. Speed Sport 1.
IHRA TV as well, IHRA.TV, I should say. And once again, let's throw it up to Kristen.
Krista ending the night with a 453. How does that feel?
It's okay. I mean, man, we waited all day to do that, and I just wish I could have made it to the finish line. But tricky track conditions, but super proud of my team to holding out to this, super late night of drag racing. But man, isn't it fun burning nitro in the summer? So, but now we'll be all right. We're gonna regroup and get ready for tomorrow, and hopefully walk away with 3 wins.
Now, what does the rest of the night look like for you? Are you going to do any car work, or are you going to bed?
Now, we got to at least take it apart and see what happened. I did accidentally give it a courtesy slap out there, so just make sure we're ready to go for tomorrow, but my team's ready, and like I said, this race was definitely based off of, how well you did in the shop to come here, so we did really good. I think we're going to do good.
Well, shout out to Krista. That's all we've got here at the top end. We're going to bed. She's doing some car work. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
All right, here we go. So great job, Kristen Banks and Kristen Beat. The girls did a wonderful job. Shout out to our entire crew that have been digging here all day long. Since early this morning. Even Tommy Johnson Jr. had to show up with media this morning at 7 o'clock. I think he was the first one here in the gate. So my partner here, my colleague sitting right alongside. Fabulous job, TJ. Appreciate all the help. David Wasilowski sitting over here helping us out as well. The entire staff, of course, with the IHRA as well, putting up with an extremely difficult and very, very hot day. But persevered, and we got all the cars down the track. So hope you enjoyed all the action. Of course, tomorrow will be for real. They'll all go down, but only half come back, and we're going to bring you all the action right here on Speed Sport. For Tommy Johnson Jr., the rest of the crew, I'm Ken Stout. We'll see you tomorrow with the Outlaw Nitro Series, courtesy of the IHRA.